24 RETV ਦੇ ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ 'ਚ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਬਹੁਤ-ਬਹੁਤ ਸਵਾਗਤ ਹੈ ਜੀ। ਮੈਂ ਹਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਹੋਸਟ ਪੌਲ ਚੀਮਾ। ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਵੱਡਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ, ਛੋਟਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ, ਬਜ਼ੁਰਗਾਂ ਨੂੰ, ਭੈਣਾਂ ਨੂੰ, ਭਰਾਵਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਲੱਖ-ਲੱਖ ਮੁਬਾਰਕਬਾਦ ਦੇਣੀ ਚਾਹਾਂਗੇ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਅੱਜ ਆਪਣਾ ਜਨਮ ਦਿਨ ਮਨਾ ਰਹੇ, ਸਾਲਗਿਰਾ ਮਨਾ ਰਹੇ, ਮਕਾਨ ਖਰੀਦ ਕੇ ਕਲੋਜ਼ਿੰਗ ਕਰਾ ਚੁੱਕੇ ਹੈ ਜਾਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਘਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿਸੇ ਨਵ ਜਨਮੇ ਦੀਆਂ ਕਿਲਕਾਰੀਆਂ ਦਾ ਆਨੰਦ ਲੈ ਰਹੇ ਆ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ TC24 ਪੌਲ ਚੀਮਾ ਤੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਸਪਾਂਸਰਾਂ ਵੱਲੋਂ, ਗੈਸਟਾਂ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਲੱਖ ਲੱਖ ਮੁਬਾਰਕਬਾਦ ਹੋਵੇ। ਖੁਸ਼ ਰਹੋ, ਵਸਦੇ ਰਹੋ, ਏਦਾਂ ਹੀ ਆਪਣੇ ਚੁਗਿਰਦੇ 'ਚ ਖੁਸ਼ੀਆਂ ਫੈਲਾਉਂਦੇ ਰਹੋ। ਜਿਹੜੀ ਦੂਸਰੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਨੀ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਉਹ ਰੂਟੀਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੱਕ ਅਸੀਂ ਕੋਟ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਅੱਗੇ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਉਸ ਕੋਟ ਦਾ ਜ਼ਿਕਰ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ, ਪਰ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਦੱਸ ਦਿਆਂ ਕਿ ਆਪਣੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਇਨਫਲੇਸ਼ਨ ਰਿਪੋਰਟ ਆ ਚੁੱਕੀ ਹੈ, ਰੇਟ ਅਨਾਉਂਸ ਹੋ ਚੁੱਕਾ। ਅਸੀਂ ਉਸ ਰੇਟ ਬਾਰੇ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰਨੀ ਚਾਹਾਂਗੇ ਕਿ ਕੀ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਬਦਲੀਆਂ। ਤੋ ਉਹਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਜੁੜੇ ਰਹੋ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹਦੀ ਡਿਟੇਲ 'ਚ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਨੀ ਚਾਹਾਂਗੇ। ਪਲੱਸ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਗੈਸਟ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਆ, ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਸੁਰਾ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਐਬਟਸਫਰਡ ਤੋਂ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ ਰੀਅਲ ਸਟੇਟ ਦੀਆਂ ਸੇਵਾਵਾਂ ਪ੍ਰਦਾਨ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਮਾਰਕੀਟ ਬਾਰੇ ਕੁਝ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਲੈਣ ਦੀ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ। ਪਰ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਨੂੰ ਅੱਗੇ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਜਾਈਏ, ਅਸੀਂ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਨੀ ਚਾਹਾਂਗੇ ਇੱਕ ਸ਼ਖਸੀਅਤ ਦੀ, ਜਿਹਦਾ ਨਾਮ ਵਿਡਾਡ ਅਕਰਈ। ਇਹਨੂੰ ਅਕਰਵੀ ਵੀ ਲਿਖਿਆ ਗਿਆ ਤੇ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਅਕਰਈ AKREYI ਦੇ ਨਾਂ ਤੇ ਵੀ ਲਿਖਿਆ ਗਿਆ ਤੇ AKRAWI ਦੇ ਨਾਂ ਤੇ ਲਿਖਿਆ ਗਿਆ। ਹੁਣ ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਚ ਕਿਹੜਾ ਸਹੀ ਹੈ ਕਿਹੜਾ ਗਲਤ ਹੈ। ਇੱਕ ਕਰਦਿਸ਼ ਹੈਲਥ ਐਕਸਪਰਟ ਐਂਡ ਹਿਊਮਨ ਰਾਈਟਸ ਐਕਟਿਵਿਸਟ ਰਹੇ ਅਜੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਜੀਵਨ ਕਾਲ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ। ਹਲੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ ਜੀ, ਕਿਧਰੇ ਗਏ ਨਹੀਂ, ਦੁਨੀਆ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵਿਚਰ ਰਹੇ ਆ। ਤੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ ਇੱਕ ਮਾਸਟਰਸ ਡਿਗਰੀ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ ਇਨ ਜੈਨੇਟਿਕਸ, PhD ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ ਜੀ ਇੰਟਰਨੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਹੈਲਥ ਐਂਡ ਐਪੀਡੈਮਾਇਓਲੋਜੀ, ਜਿਹੜੀ ਉਹ ਸਕਿਨ ਦੀ ਸਟੱਡੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ। Violation of human rights that occurred during the Iraqi government offensive against the Kurds in 1974, as well as during the Al-Anfal campaign, are thought to have shaped her life. ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਫੈਲੋਸ਼ਿਪ ਆਫ ਰਿਕਨਸੀਲੀਏਸ਼ਨ ਦਾ ਵਿਨਰ ਵੀ ਘੋਸ਼ਿਤ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ, ਮਤਲਬ ਪੀਸ ਅਵਾਰਡ ਹੈ ਜੀ, ਕੋਈ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਸੀਗਾ, where she was called outspoken peace activist. 2013 ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਕਰਈ was awarded the special prize for bridging the gap between civilizations by the National Organization for Future Generations for making valuable contributions to humanity through the creation of a culture of coexistence. ਇਹ ਐਕਟਿਵਿਸਟ ਰਹੇ ਜੀ ਪੈਫਰ ਪੀਸ ਪ੍ਰਾਈਜ਼ ਦੇ, ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਿਉਂ ਨੇ ਔਖੇ ਨਾਂ ਰੱਖ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਆ, ਸੌਖਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਰੱਖਦੇ, ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਪੀ ਬੋਲਣੀ ਕਿ ਨਹੀਂ ਬੋਲਣੀ, ਬਟ ਐਨੀਵੇਜ਼ ਆਪਾਂ ਪੀ ਛੱਡ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਆ। ਪੈਫਰ ਪੀਸ ਪ੍ਰਾਈਜ਼ ਦੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਮਿਲਿਆ ਸੀ 2014 ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ। ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਬੜਾ ਕੁਝ ਕੀਤਾ। ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਆਰਮਸ ਟ੍ਰੇਡ ਟ੍ਰੀਟ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਾਰਟਿਸਿਪੇਟ ਕੀਤਾ, ਪ੍ਰੋਹਿਬਿਸ਼ਨ ਅਗੇਂਸਟ ਟਾਰਚਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੰਮ ਕੀਤਾ, ਕ੍ਰੀਏਟਡ ਬ੍ਰਿਜ ਟੂ ਅਰੈਬਿਕ ਸਪੀਕਿੰਗ ਆਡੀਅੰਸਿਸ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਕੰਮ ਕੀਤਾ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਹਿਊਮਨਿਟੇਰੀਅਨ ਇਨੀਸ਼ੀਏਟਿਵ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕੀਤੇ ਆ, ਜੈਂਡਰ ਬੇਸਡ ਵਾਇਲੈਂਸ ਦੇ ਖਿਲਾਫ ਕੀਤਾ, ਪੀਸ ਇਨੀਸ਼ੀਏਟਿਵਸ ਕੀਤੇ, ਗਲੋਬਲ ਰਿਫਿਊਜੀ ਕ੍ਰਾਈਸਿਸ ਉੱਤੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕੰਮ ਕੀਤਾ, ਟਾਕਸਿਕ ਰੈਮਨੈਂਟਸ ਆਫ ਵਾਰ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਕੰਮ ਕੀਤਾ, ਡਿਫੈਂਡਿੰਗ ਵਿਕਟਮਸ ਆਫ ISIL ਔਰ ISIS, ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਹੀ ਹੈ ਕੀ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ। ਤੇ 2014 ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਇੰਟਰਨੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਕੈਂਪੇਨ ਜੁਆਇਨ ਕੀਤਾ, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕਿ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਸਿਵਲ ਰਾਈਟਸ ਇੰਟਰਨੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਨੈਟਵਰਕ ਨੂੰ, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸੀ ਐਗਜ਼ੀਕਿਊਸ਼ਨ ਆਫ ਜੁਵੇਨਾਈਲ ਅਫੈਂਡਰ ਐਂਡ ਪ੍ਰੋਟੈਕਟ ਦਾ ਰਾਈਟਸ ਆਫ ਚਾਈਲਡ ਡੋਮੈਸਟਿਕ ਵਰਕਰ, ਤੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਬੜਾ ਸੰਘਰਸ਼ ਕੀਤਾ। ਹਿਊਮਨ ਟ੍ਰੈਫਿਕਿੰਗ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ 2008 ਤੋਂ ਉਹਦੇ ਖਿਲਾਫ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਮੁਹਿੰਮ ਚਲਾਈ, ਸਟਾਪ ਟ੍ਰੈਫਿਕਿੰਗ ਵਰਲਡ ਵਾਈਡ। ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ ਕੋਡ ਦਿੱਤੀ। ਕਿੰਨੀ ਵਿਲੱਖਣ ਸ਼ਖਸੀਅਤ ਹੈ, ਕਿੰਨਾ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਹਿਊਮਨਸ ਬਾਰੇ ਕੰਪੈਸ਼ਨ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਪ੍ਰੋਟੈਕਟ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈ। ਕਿੰਨੇ ਕੁ ਬੰਦੇ ਇਦਾਂ ਦੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ। ਇਹ ਨਾਮ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਯਾਦ ਰੱਖਿਓ, ਵਡਾਡ ਅਕੜਈ, ਡੋਨਟ ਫੋਰਗੇਟ ਇਟ। ਇਹਨਾਂ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਕੋਡ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਗਈ ਉਹ ਕੀਤੀ ਗਈ, ਇਫ ਯੂ ਆਰ ਪੋਜ਼ਿਟਿਵ you will see opportunities instead of obstacles। ਜਿਹੜੀ ਕੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ ਉਹ ਸਿਰਫ ਇੱਕੋ ਹੈ, ਪੋਜ਼ਿਟਿਵਿਟੀ। ਦੈਟਸ ਆਲ। ਪੋਜ਼ਿਟਿਵਿਟੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ, ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਮੁਸ਼ਕਲਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਮੌਕੇ ਲੱਭਣਗੇ। ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਏਗਾ ਕਿ ਯਾਰ ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਮਾਰੋ ਮਾਰ ਹੋਈ ਹੈ, ਕੀ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਕੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ। ਪਰ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਗੱਲ ਸਹੀ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਇਹੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਇੱਕ ਅਪਰਚੁਨਿਟੀ ਦਿਖੂਗੀ ਹਰ ਇੱਕ ਮੁਸ਼ਕਲ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ। ਮੈਨੂੰ ਉਮੀਦ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸੋਚ ਆ ਅੱਜ ਆਪਣੇ ਨਾਲ ਰੱਖੋਗੇ ਤੇ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਦਿਨ ਇਸ ਸੋਚ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਬੇਸਡ ਹੋਏਗਾ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪੋਜ਼ਿਟਿਵ ਰਹੋਗੇ ਤੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਕਮੈਂਟ ਸਾਡੇ YouTube ਚੈਨਲ ਤੇ ਦੇਣਾ ਨਾ ਭੁੱਲਿਓ। ਅਸੀਂ ਕੱਲ ਡਰਾ ਰਨ ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀ ਜੀ, ਕੋਈ ਬੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਕਲੇਮ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੀਤਾ, ਸ਼ਾਇਦ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਕੋਲ ਪੈਸੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਆ। ਉਹ ਡਰਾ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਹਲੇ ਵੀ ਪਿਆ ਜੀ। ਉਹਨੂੰ ਲੈਣ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ YouTube ਦੇ ਸਬਸਕ੍ਰਾਈਬਰਸ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ 1 ਤੋਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ 15 ਤੱਕ, ਇੱਕ ਨੰਬਰ ਚੂਜ਼ ਕਰੇਗਾ ਜੀ। ਜਦੋਂ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰੀ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੇ ਚੂਜ਼ ਕਰ ਲਿਆ, ਉਹ ਦੂਸਰਾ ਬੰਦਾ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਚੂਜ਼ ਕਰੇਗਾ। ਜਾਂ ਜੇ ਮੰਨ ਲਓ 2 ਬੰਦਿਆਂ ਨੇ ਨੰਬਰ 1 ਪਿਕ ਕੀਤਾ, ਜਿਹਨੇ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਪਿਕ ਕੀਤਾ ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਂ ਤੇ ਹੀ ਡਰਾ ਰਨ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ। ਅਸੀਂ ਕੱਲ ਚਲਾਇਆ ਸੀਗਾ ਜੀ ਵੀਲ ਆਫ ਫੋਰਚੂਨ। ਵੀਲ ਆਫ ਫੋਰਚੂਨ ਦਾ ਮਤਲਬ ਇਹ ਸੀਗਾ ਕਿ ਵੀ ਜੇ ਤਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹਦੇ 'ਚ ਜਿੱਤ ਗਏ, ਠੀਕ ਹੈ, ਤੇ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ, ਨਹੀਂ ਤਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਸਾਡਾ। ਉਹ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਵੀਲ ਆਫ ਫੋਰਚੂਨ ਸੀਗਾ ਉਹ ਇਹ ਸੀਗਾ ਜੀ, ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਪਿਕ ਕਰੋਗੇ, ਮੰਨ ਲਓ ਤੁਸੀਂ 1 ਨੰਬਰ ਲਿਆ, ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਸਪਿਨ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਤੇ ਸਪਿਨ ਕਰਨ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ 1 ਨੰਬਰ ਆ ਗਿਆ ਤੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਅਵਾਰਡ ਹੈਗਾ ਉਹ ਦੇ ਦਾਂਗੇ, ਜਿਹੜਾ 1 ਨੰਬਰ ਦੇ ਅਗੇਂਸਟ ਦਰਜ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੋਇਆ। ਜੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਏਗਾ ਤੇ ਨਹੀਂ, ਜਿਵੇਂ ਹੁਣ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ 1 ਨਹੀਂ ਨਾ ਆਇਆ, 12 ਆ ਗਿਆ। ਸੋ ਇਹ ਸਾਡਾ ਸਿਸਟਮ ਹੈ ਜੀ। ਇਹ ਕਿਸੇ ਦਾ ਪਰਚੀਆਂ ਪਾਉਣ ਵਾਲਾ ਕੰਮ ਹੀ ਹੈ ਜੀ। ਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਇਹਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਦੇ ਐਂਡ ਦੇ ਕੋਲ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਫੇਰ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰੀ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਨੰਬਰ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਹੁਣੇ ਚੈਟ ਦੇ ਥਰੂ ਮੈਸੇਜ ਕਰ ਦਿਓ, ਪਰ ਸ਼ਰਤ ਇੱਕੋ ਹੈ, ਤੁਸੀਂ YouTube ਦੇ ਸਬਸਕ੍ਰਾਈਬਰ ਹੋਣੇ ਚਾਹੀਦੇ ਹੋ PC24 RE ਦੇ। ਨਹੀਂ ਤਾਂ ਇਹ ਅਵਾਰਡ ਅਸੀਂ ਅਗਲੇ ਮਹੀਨੇ ਕੈਰੀ ਫਾਰਵਰਡ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਜੀ। 15 ਦਸੰਬਰ ਨੂੰ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਫੇਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਲਾਂਚ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ। ਉਮੀਦ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਤਦ ਤੱਕ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਕੁਝ ਸਰੋਤੇ ਹੋਰ ਆ ਜਾਣਗੇ। ਤੇ ਲਿਆਓ, ਅਸੀਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਬ੍ਰੇਕਿੰਗ ਨਿਊਜ਼ ਦੱਸ ਦਈਏ, ਫਿਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਸੂਰਾ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੂੰ ਸਕਰੀਨ ਤੇ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਬ੍ਰੇਕਿੰਗ ਨਿਊਜ਼ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ ਜੀ, ਉਹ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ ਕਿ ਅਕਤੂਬਰ ਦੀ ਇਨਫਲੇਸ਼ਨ ਅਨਾਉਂਸ ਹੋ ਗਈ ਹੈ। ਇਹ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ ਜੀ ਸੇਮ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸਤੰਬਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸੀਗੀ 6.9%। ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਜੀ ਗੈਸ ਤੇ ਮੌਰਗੇਜ ਦੇ ਇੰਟਰਸਟ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਾਸਟ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ, ਉਹ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਇਫੈਕਟ ਡਾਇਲੂਟ ਕਰ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਗਿਆ ਫੂਡ ਆਈਟਮ ਦੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਪ੍ਰਾਈਸਿਸ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ ਉਹਦੇ ਡ੍ਰੌਪ ਹੋਣ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ। ਉਧਰ ਫੂਡ ਆਈਟਮ ਦੇ ਪ੍ਰਾਈਸ ਡ੍ਰੌਪ ਹੋ ਗਏ, ਇੱਧਰ ਗੈਸ ਤੇ ਇੰਟਰਸਟ ਰੇਟ ਮੌਰਗੇਜ ਦੇ ਵੱਧ ਗਏ। ਉਹ ਕਿਤੇ ਨਾ ਕਿਤੇ ਕੰਪਨਸੇਟ ਹੋ ਗਏ। ਦਿਲ ਬਹਿਲਾਨੇ ਕੋ ਗਾਲਿਬ ਇਹ ਖਿਆਲ ਵੀ ਅੱਛਾ ਹੈ। ਪਰ ਜੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਡਿਟੇਲ 'ਚ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਇਸ ਮੁੱਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ, ਹਲੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਗੈਸਟ ਵੇਟ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ, ਜਿਵੇਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੇਖਿਆ ਹੁਣੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਸਕਰੀਨ ਤੇ ਵੀ ਹੈਡ ਅ ਗਲਿੰਪਸ ਆਫ ਦੈਟ ਅਮੇਜ਼ਿੰਗ ਬ੍ਰਿਲੀਅੰਟ ਪਰਸਨੈਲਿਟੀ। ਉਹਨੂੰ ਦੁਬਾਰਾ ਅਸੀਂ ਫਿਰ ਸਕਰੀਨ ਤੇ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਵਾਂਗੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ। ਅਕਤੂਬਰ ਇਨਫਲੇਸ਼ਨ ਸੇਮ ਆਈ ਹੈ ਜੀ, ਜਿਹੜੀ ਕਿ ਸਤੰਬਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸੀਗੀ 6.9%। 8.1 ਤੋਂ ਹਲੇ ਵੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਡਾਊਨ ਆ। ਪਰ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਦੇ 10 ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ 8 ਪ੍ਰੋਵਿੰਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪ੍ਰਾਈਸ ਗਰੋਥ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਆ ਬਹੁਤ ਤੇਜ਼ੀ ਨਾਲ ਵਧੀ ਹੈ। ਉਹ 8 ਪ੍ਰੋਵਿੰਸ ਕਿਹੜੇ ਆ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਨਾਲ ਜ਼ਿਕਰ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ। 8 ਪ੍ਰੋਵਿੰਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ CPI ਜਿਹੜਾ ਉਹ ਇਨਕਰੀਜ਼ ਹੋਇਆ, ਉਹਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ। ਪਰ ਫਿਲਹਾਲ ਆਪਾਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਗੈਸਟ ਬੈਠੇ ਆ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਕਰੀਨ ਤੇ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਈਏ ਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਤੋਂ ਕਨਵਰਟ ਹੋ ਜਾਈਏ ਅੰਗਰੇਜ਼ੀ ਉੱਤੇ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਹੁਣ ਅੰਗਰੇਜ਼ੀ ਜੋੜ ਕਰਾਓ ਕਰਨੀ ਪੈਣੀ ਹੈ। Amrit Sura, sir, welcome to the show, sir. How are you?
Good morning.
Why
How
see
are
you are
you?
relaxing in
Everything
your
is...
chair like this, huh?
No, not at all. I was not. Yeah, it's another great day. I guess the message that you read out from Miss Akawi is quite a quite a phenomenal thing. I mean, at the end of the day, everyone's got to stay in some element of positivity to move forward on their day-to-day journeys, right? So much needed. I'm thinking. So there's a lot on the horizon. You've highlighted obviously the same inflation digits. Will it continue to hamper that progress? It's yet to be seen.
Yeah.
Let's have a great outlook on where we're going. Solutions are there, right?
Solution are there. The major solution that we are seeing these days is stop buying and
Stop buying,
relax
freeze.
and enjoy
Yeah,
your home. Stop eating out. Take care of your every cent that you have in your pocket, because money in your hand is the money you have. Money you have in the bank is going to be devalued right now. That's how people, when these times come, they start keeping money at home. So banks have lesser money in their stock. And they don't want to borrow
right.
money from Bank of Canada, because Bank of Canada will give them policy rate interest minus, I think, 50 basis point. So they don't want to borrow at high cost. They don't want to give you at high. You don't want to borrow at high cost. They don't want to borrow at high cost. And the thing is, slowing down of everything. This is where we are right now. So how is British Columbia? We got plenty of snow. That was first snow in Ontario.
Well, I bet that Toronto is a lot better equipped with the snow moving vehicles, and then just the fact that the population demands um, constant movement.
Mhm.
Preparation has to be there. So
Well,
um,
they are
you
always
know,
prepared for snow. It's only
yeah,
people are not prepared. That's the worst
that's
part
right.
of snow season. It is
Yeah.
it is so
Well,
hard for people to understand that it is snowing, and they should be very careful when they're driving on the road. Guess what? There are many accidents today. So far, there will be a few more before they realize, oh my God, winter has finally come in.
so yeah, having the snow tires changed, that's part of everyone's being ready for the seasonal changes, right? So snow tires, making sure you have enough salt at the house so you're not rushing at the last minute.
I have to go get
And
salt.
so one of the things, obviously, a lot of people don't realize is on your property, you've got to make sure that you have a pathway cleared in case there is a postman or some visitor that comes
Yeah,
along. You want to make sure that that is taken care of before someone arrives. So here, I've seen that you know management companies have started salting the parking lots for the malls. We haven't had some snowfall at the moment in the mountaintops, yes, but we're seeing -2 at the moment in the morning.
yeah, I think we have the
Um,
same temperature here, more or
mhm.
less. We are -2 at this point.
Right.
East and West are
So,
thinking alike.
hey, you know what? At the end of the day, at least the that's the right direction to be in. Uh, there's certainly challenges for winter, but I'm sure people will get through it. We've done it before.
Yeah,
Similarly, again, the situation that's presented itself in this economic realm is something some people have seen in the past,
yeah.
um, as far as uh, the rates go. And like you said, it's gonna impact people until uh, middle or late next year.
Yeah.
But things are still progressing. Things are still progressing.
Well, the progress will always be there. It's only at a slower pace. It's not like on a rocket speed now, but slower, because I spoke about who will blink first, buyers or sellers. So any
Hmm.
inventory, if they are like selling 40 to 60% of 100 listings that come in a month, we call that as a balanced market. I'm not sure about British Columbia, but in this Greater Toronto area, if out of 100 houses that come in a market in a particular month, out of them 40 to 60 houses are selling, we say, okay, that's fine, it's a balanced market. If the number goes below 40, then it transitions into buyer's market. And if the number goes higher than 60, that transitions into seller's market. Those parties are ruthless then. So when it's seller's market, sellers want to skin buyers alive. And when it goes into buyer's territory, buyers want to skin sellers alive. It's like
Yeah.
who blinks first right now. So the bottom line of that report was we are looking into recession very close. It's just within reach, around the corner. And then buyers have all the reason to wait out, see how it impacts, because many jobs will be lost. People would be unable to afford things for daily living needs, and that's going to keep them scared unless the storm passes and they're able to, start gaining confidence one day at a time. Buyers
So
will
the
not be
storm,
blinking right now. Sellers will blink at this point. Some sellers will be forced to sell their houses due to their own personal financial situation, job situation. So many factors are going to come into play at this point. So many moving parts here.
so yeah, I mean the like you said, I mean the storm will pass. It's just a matter of time as far as now, isn't it quite similar to when people were overpricing, submitting more than one or two offers or before they got their property,
Yeah,
anywhere upwards to 10, they'd be beat out. Same thing here. When it's a lower price point, you're going to get those cheeky offers, low bids, and you might have to write on them multiple times before the one that really sticks. And
yeah,
you're going to see that. Yeah, if there's a deal to be done, then two parties will come ahead and get that deal done, right? So
that's true.
I think at the end of the day, it's just you know maybe it's normalizing the market as opposed to
Yes, way
having it
more normalizing. I think they should have slowed down a bit. The front loading of the rates really triggered so many things so fast. People are unable to understand and adjust themselves. When the rates go up by a quarter every other month, then people know, okay, the things are going to change, we are going to adjust. But when suddenly bank does three announcements in one announcement, they say 75 basis point, or four announcements in one announcement, which is 1% or 100 basis point, that took people by surprise. They weren't ready for it. They just got hit very hard. It's like they were sitting unaware and someone just grabbed them, like dinosaurs attack. They just grabbed people
right.
up.
Yeah. So they ended up basically putting the people in a bit of a sticky situation. So now it'll be seen how hard people have to work to continue on that ownership, because some people had combined ownerships for their primary residence. Some people had multiple rental properties in their portfolio. So it really depends on who's going to be um, able to sustain that storm and for how long. I mean, some people are saying, 6 to 9 months worth of payments are available, and then we'll have to see what steps to take further. So
Yeah, yeah, you're right, but we are still going to see what goes in. So hopefully people are able to sustain their jobs because that is what brings bread and butter on the table. If not butter, at least bread on the table. Maybe they can eat it with the olive oil or any other lubricating item in there because your throats are dry, so something has to lubricate the food.
That's
Or,
right.
or pressure on food banks is ever increasing. So it will increase more during the tight months coming up ahead. Very close. So we are nearing end of this year, and I don't know how many cards people will send out this year. Maybe it's all digital, but then let's see what happens. On the other hand, our friend Elon Musk is bent on targeting people and get $8 to verify their account. Bad timing.
Bad timing. Well, it's a small amount, $8 a month. They
Yeah,
might say,
that's
okay,
how
well,
it looks like.
hmm
They're US dollars.
so $10 in Canada.
Yeah, I know realtors in BC make more money than realtor in Ontario, so maybe for them it's cheaper money.
So I think no, I've always known that it's different on that side because the volume of business is different in Toronto, and then you're set on a fixed amount as opposed to here is uh, different different rates.
Yeah, you have some different kind of variety there that we don't have. So we
Hmm.
are more on a particular pattern. You are not.
That's
You
right.
are different. And I don't know how it works.
Yeah.
So this is
So there's.
what we have. The food items are
Mhm.
slowing down in prices, which is very nice and looks like an encouraging thing. But other things are very much changing.
I don't
This is
see the
where
food
we are
items.
at the moment. So let's see where we head out to. Things are not as beautiful as they used to be up till February of this year. We have changed a
Mhm.
lot. 6.9% inflation rate. Um, that's okay, but the other thing that come with it, I will just share my stuff with you in a second. And I know people are going to face a lot of challenges now because things are really out of reach these days. It's for everyone. It's not for you and me. It is for every person who is out there and trying to make both ends meet. People are just struggling. If you look at the prices rose 5.3% on yearly basis, and this exclude and if you exclude food and energy, so price rose 5.3%. In September, the gain was 5.4%. So that then the second thing is the higher gas pressure. So the higher gas prices, they put upward pressure on all items that contribute to the CPI because everything went up, right? I wish we could change our commission structure, say, okay, CPI is more, so our commission is 10% now. CPI is less, our commission is lower. Now we're going back to 5%. Even though there is no standard commission, I'm just adding some fun to it. I wish we could do that. Or brokerage could say,
Yeah.
okay, the inflation has gone up this month. We are not going to charge any desk fees. That would be an ideal scenario where people are thinking about people. And Remax comes down and says, okay, we are not charging any fee for the franchisees and annual expenses. You're okay. Enjoy your life.
Enjoy.
Yeah. So these
Yeah.
and the inflation was offset by a slower price growth on yearly basis for natural gas and groceries. That's what is happening in the market. And month to month, CPI went up 0.7% in October, largest since June 2022. 22, and adjusted change is 0.6% because in September it was 0.1%. So if you subtract 1%, 0.1%, 0.7%, you reach at 0.7% overall. This is how CPI counts on a monthly basis. So things are we will see more rash numbers coming up, and average hourly wages went up by 5.6% from the last year. The prices went up faster than the wages. We are still trailing behind. We are trying to, run up to catch up to the prices of items in the market. Do you see those changes yourself, Amrit?
Yes, with talking with some of the RBC guys, they were mentioning about the hourly wage increase, and it's
Mm.
just a model of catching up and keeping up the consumers' uh, purchasing power, so to speak. It gives them a false illusion that, okay, my increase in salary will now compensate on the increase in goods and services and potentially the interest rates that are out there too. So um, the bank thinks that that is a rational explanation as and when things do come up. Is
It's a
the argument
consolation.
is, yeah, they say, okay, well, your salary is increased, so you should uh, you should understand that there's going to be an increase in interest rates for the coming year, and then see what happens. I mean, people have to ration at the present time, like you said. Let's hoard what you have and take a really good look at it on a month to month basis. I think everyone should have a family budget. Family budgets are important, and seeing where you want to be getting out to minimizing sort of extracurricular activities. Enjoy the outdoors. You know,
Yeah.
um, one of the
Enjoy
one
the
of the
outdoors.
answers
Try
given.
to stay within walking distance. Avoid going to gas stations too.
So one of the explanations given was, um, you know, uh, cancel your Disney Plus music or Disney Plus channel,
Disney
right?
subscription, Netflix subscription, Apple
Right.
subscription, Crave TV subscription, whatnot. There are tons of subscription these days. We purchase to keep us entertained, and we rarely
Hmm.
watch all those streaming services
At the same time.
at the same time. Maybe
So,
I run Crave. My daughter purchased Crave because House of what was the what that just came in? House of Targaryen was featured there,
mhm,
and my daughters are crazy about the dragon stuff and House of Dragons, Game of Thrones, House of Targaryen, so they just subscribe to it. And subscription is very tricky. You want it on small device or you want it for all devices. The price is changing. They are very clever now. You
mm,
are watching yourself or you're going to share between your family members, the price changes. These guys, they, take I won't say pound of flesh, maybe few grams of your flesh here and there, and they bleed you too as well. It's not that they will take flesh without bleeding you. They do both the jobs. They do it nicely.
read a book,
Read a book,
right?
go to library,
So,
read a book, or maybe donate a book too if you can. There are so many things people can do to to better their lives.
mm,
Coming back to this statistic that we are just going through, inflation. You look at this, we are at 6.9% right now, and we were talking about the wage growth is smaller than the price growth. And then
Hmm.
the gasoline price is what happened. This is yearly increase up to by 9.2%. We're going up and up, right? Till Humpty
Yes.
Dumpty falls from the wall, this will keep moving up. I don't know how high wall they will catch. And then we have what we say price growth for groceries slows but remains elevated. It was 10.1% versus September at 10.3%. So it went down by 0.2%. This is why they say, oh, it's slowing down.
Hmm.
Really, is that a very significant number to boast about? I don't think so. Well, I will say slowing down if it goes from 10.3 to 9.3 or 8.3. For me, that will be okay, it's slowing down, but 0.2%, literally insignificant.
Yeah.
और
So
the thing is,
definitely,
दिल बहलाने को गालिब, ये ख्याल भी अच्छा है.
yeah, the harsh realization of I think a lot of people are going to learn budgeting in this season, right?
Yeah, and if you look at what people are paying for meat, for fresh fruit, for fresh vegetable, look at that.
Hmm.
5.5%, 8.9%, 11%. I used to go to Costco and an egg tray of 30 would be around $5. But now the same egg tray is over $7.50. The same is
Well,
for
that's
milk. Dairy products are going up
mhm.
and anything derived from those items. And if you look at the basic necessities of life, pasta went up 44% from last year, margarine 40.4%, lettuce, I don't even see it in Costco. I went to different Costco and there's no lettuce there. 30.2% from last year. Rice and rice based mixes 14.7%. Oops, 18.4% from the last year went up. And I go to Costco to buy lettuce and I come up with the silliest stuff and end up spending a couple $100. And then I look at the card and see what the hell did I buy? Yesterday I bought I think 4 or 5 items and my bill was $180. And I said,
Wow.
okay, but the cart looked so empty.
Well, this is another good thing to do, when people are going out, make a list, right? The only the essential things must be bought at the end of the day. So rationing, prepare yourself. And one of the conversations I had is um, with another service provider. He had said, um, just to make sure that the client is aware that their mortgage payments might be going up, tell
Yeah,
them to pay some extra money into the mortgage and be prepared. So it comes as a bit of a broadsiding um, accident, but the lessons learned in times of such magnitude are going to be lessons learned well, and it'll help them persevere moving forward. I mean, okay, the interest rates are going to go extortionately high, the prices of food are going to be extortionately high. What are you prepared to do about it in order to be um, a person that's surviving, right? You have to survive. There's a way and a means for making something happen. There's got to be ways to cut the fat out and just persevere and know that yes, the hard times are there, but without suffering this pain, we won't know what's on the other side.
Basically, we are in a survival mode right now. We'll back after this quick break. Please stay with us. Yes, please get in touch. 4121 all the legal real estate law, business law, immigration, notarization, wills in. Give them a call. 416 Are you looking for reliable immigration? Yes, contact Suki Hall at 647 296 or office phone number 905 located at 292 7956 Northern right Northern Road. Contact them for all finding an honest insurance investment advisor. If you're looking for great advice, contact Mr. Devendra Mann, who is the original past financial sector. Located at unit number 830 Staff Flight Drive, Mississippi. Phone number to call 647 446 Give them a call today. Is your business Yes, it is the right time to call Ravinder Jyoti at 416 Find out the weak points, the points where the performance issues are paramount and help you fix them. Give her a call today. Do not too late. Are you looking to buy or sell your home or any commercial? Yes, call me today at 647 333 or 647 328 I provide services in real estate and mortgage. Mortgage broker. A call mortgage is paying where when we say yes, we stand behind our promise. Reach out to me today. Do you want to shop right without hurting your pocket? Yes. Please visit Monisha Discount Warehouse at 377 Burnhamthorpe Road, East Mississauga, Ontario. They are the best. They have all kind of Indian, Pakistani, and other local stuff that you can buy at literally throwaway price. Contact them at 905 361 0776. Monisha Discount Warehouse. DP Chen is a well-known name in the field. Contact him today at his cell number 416 305 office number 905 790 Once you start working with him, you will never want to leave him. He is 5-star professional. Call him today. DP Chan Professional Corporation. EC24 or a TV is heard over so many different channels. If you want to promote your business for free, call me at 647 333 You can also send your artwork to contact at paulcheema.com. We are here to be a partner in your business success. 647 333 24 RET ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਮੁਰਦਾ ਸਵਾਗਤ ਹੈ ਜੀ। ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਹੋਸਟ ਪਾਲ ਚੀਮਾ। ਅਸੀਂ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਗੈਸਟ ਨਾਲ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਜੀ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤਪਾਲ ਸੁਰਾ ਡੀਸੀ ਤੋਂ ਸਪੈਸ਼ਲ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਲਈ ਟਾਈਮ ਕੱਢ ਕੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਆ। ਬਹੁਤ ਬਿਜ਼ੀ ਨੇ ਜੀ, ਮੇਰੇ ਵਾਂਗ ਵਿਹਲੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਗੇ ਤੇ ਉਹ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਕਰਨਗੇ ਤੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਪੀਸੀ 24 ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ, ਉਹ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਇਨਫਲੇਸ਼ਨ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਰਿਪੋਰਟ ਆਈ ਹੈ। ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹਦੇ ਸਪੈਸ਼ਲ ਰਿਪੋਰਟ ਨੂੰ ਡਿਸਕਸ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਤੇ ਉਹਦੇ ਤੇ ਥੋੜੇ ਬਹੁਤੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆ ਆਪਣੀਆਂ ਟਿੱਪਣੀਆਂ ਕਮੈਂਟਸ ਵਗੈਰਾ ਉਸ ਤੇ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਕਿ ਮਾਰਕੀਟ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਆ ਉਹ ਕਿੱਧਰ ਨੂੰ ਸ਼ਿਫਟ ਹੋ ਸਕਦੀ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਕੀ ਹੋਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ। ਹੁਣ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਸੀਗੇ ਕਿ ਵੀ ਆਰ ਇਨ ਏ ਸਰਵਾਈਵਲ ਮੋਡ। ਸਰਵਾਈਵਲ ਮੋਡ ਦਾ ਵਧੀਆ ਕੰਮ ਇਹੀ ਹੈ ਜੀ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੀ ਫਾਲਤੂ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਘਟਾਉਣੀਆਂ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰ ਦਿਓ। ਇਹ 2 ਕੁ ਮਹੀਨੇ ਥੋੜੇ ਜਿਹੇ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਹੋ ਜਾਓ, ਜਿਵੇਂ ਉਹ ਗਲਹਿਰੀਆਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ, ਮੈਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਿਹੜਾ ਜਾਨਵਰ ਹੈ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਆਪਣੇ ਉਹ ਸਾਰੇ ਨਟਸ ਵਗੈਰਾ ਟਰੀ ਦੇ ਬਾਰਕ 'ਚ ਇਕੱਠੇ, ਟਰੀ ਦੇ ਹੋਲ 'ਚ
Turtle,
ਇਕੱਠੇ ਕਰ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਆ ਤੇ ਫਿਰ
squirrel.
ਬਾਅਦ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਦੋਂ ਇਹੋ ਜਿਹਾ ਵੈਦਰ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਦੈਨ ਦੇ ਯੂਟਿਲਾਈਜ਼ ਦੈਟ। ਸੋ ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਵੀ ਸੇਮ ਮੋਡ 'ਚ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਜਾਣਾ ਪੈਣਾ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਯੂ ਹੈਵ ਟੂ ਸੇਵ every cent, every penny you have. It will come handy when things go out of control, and they are going to go out of control. ਸਾਨੂੰ ਗਵਰਨਮੈਂਟ ਡਾਇਰੈਕਟਲੀ ਇੰਡੀਕੇਟ ਕਰਦੀ ਆ ਭਾਈ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਫਿਊਚਰ ਆ ਹਾਰਡ ਆ, ਥੋੜੇ ਜਿਹੇ ਤਿਆਰ ਹੋ ਜਾਓ, ਗੈਟ ਰੈਡੀ ਫੋਰ ਵਾਟਸ ਕਮਿੰਗ ਨੈਕਸਟ। ਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਸ ਚੀਜ਼ ਨੂੰ ਅੱਜ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਮਝੇ ਤੇ ਮੁੜ ਕੇ ਸਮਝਣਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਮੁਸ਼ਕਿਲ ਹੋ ਜਾਣਾ। ਇਟ ਇਜ਼ ਰੀਅਲੀ ਇੰਪੋਰਟੈਂਟ that you listen to and feel those signals that are coming your way. ਅਸੀਂ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਗੱਲ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਇਨਫਲੇਸ਼ਨ ਬਾਰੇ, ਸਾਡੀ ਬੜੀ ਇੰਟਰਸਟਿੰਗ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਚੱਲ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ। ਅਸੀਂ ਗੱਲ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਗੈਸੋਲੀਨ ਦੇ ਪ੍ਰਾਈਸ ਹੈਗਾ 9.2% ਉੱਪਰ ਗਏ ਹੈ। ਅਸੀਂ ਮੀਟ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਮੀਟ ਬੇਸਿਕ ਨੈਸੈਸਿਟੀ ਆਫ ਲਾਈਫ ਹੈ ਜੀ, ਉਹ ਦੇਖੋ 5.5% ਵਧਿਆ। ਫਰੈਸ਼ ਫਰੂਟ ਜਿਹੜਾ 8.9% ਵਧਿਆ। ਫਰੈਸ਼ ਵੈਜੀਟੇਬਲ 11% ਵਧੀਆਂ। ਕਿੱਥੇ ਜਾਓਗੇ ਤੇ ਕੀ ਖਾਓਗੇ? ਠੀਕ ਹੈ। Not only that, pasta went up by this much price over the last year. Pasta, margarine, lettuce, rice and rice-based mixes, and soups. So is there anything that we don't eat and that is cheaper? And look at the dairy products, 10.6% higher than last year, and eggs went up by 13.8% higher. You can know it? No, they don't know what humans are exploiting other humans, the product they naturally create. And not only that, then there are other things too, which is paper supplies went up by 12.2%. And if we come down to household paper supply, which is your towels, paper towels, bathroom tissues, well, we only use very less. I don't know who uses too much. So they went up by 9.7%. It is time to switch to those bidet jets. Give yourself some paper, give yourself some money. And those bidets, as many mainstream Canadians may, make fun of, they are very effective. Clean, where they have to clean. I like the
Yeah,
smile on your face.
it's a
And
normal thing. It's a normal thing in in India and the Middle East for sure. You'll always see the shower right beside the toilet, and it's again, cleanliness is next to godliness, right? So
it
now,
is very hygienic. I don't know why people ridicule those when they go to show a house, and some realtor or some people will focus on the bidet install. Oh, I know who owned this house. Okay, then what? This is the safest system, the hygienic system, and you can
mhm,
utilize it. Maybe one tissue roll that only lasts 3 days at your place will last 10 days when you start using water jets,
yes,
right? And
it
then,
might be the way. It might be the way forward, right?
yeah, and out of 10 provinces, 8 provinces, 80% of provinces, they have growth of prices much faster in eight provinces, sorry. Prices rose at a faster pace in October compared with September in 8 provinces. And what those provinces are, so if I have to tell you those provinces, these are, I would say, give me 1 second, where did I lost it? Going back to the chart. Okay, so the provinces where the price went up are like this: Newfoundland and Labrador, Prince Edward Island, New Brunswick. Out of those eight that we spoke about, these are those that went up crazy. So here I'm going to put this up for you to have a look. Check this out. Newfoundland and Labrador, 77.3% price growth over the year. Um, and Nova Scotia, 67.8, Prince Edward Island, 54.9%, New Brunswick, 51%. And on the other side, in Alberta, because of some gasoline price changes, it went up. Not too much, but it went up. So we have Newfoundland, Labrador, Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island, New Brunswick here. Other provinces where in October the price growth was much faster than in September. I see Saskatchewan, I see Manitoba, I see Alberta. Right? They are also in the chart. The CPI of 8 provinces went up this time in October, and those provinces are Newfoundland, Labrador. It was 6.1 in September. Newfoundland and Labrador went up to 6.5% in October. For Prince Edward Island, it was 8.4 in September, is 8.7 now. Nova Scotia, 7.3 in September, went up to 7.7 in October. New Brunswick, from 6.9, it went up to, 6.8, it went up to 6.9. And then in Manitoba, from 8.1, it went up to 8.4. In Saskatchewan, from 7.1, it went to 8% CPI. Alberta, from 6.2, went up to 6.8. And British Columbia, from 7.7 to 7.8%. This is the data of CPI of 8 provinces that went up. So, well, this is where we are, and I would like to just take this off now. What do you think, Mr. Sura? Do you think people are
So,
going
in a
to sell
nutshell,
houses
with
or buy
everything
houses?
with everything that's going up in price, the prices of houses are coming down, right?
Yeah, but they went up in August, September, October, and each month the increase was 0.5%.
For the homes.
They fell down by close to 20% from February to July. But then August, September, October, they went up. So that created kind of expectation in the minds of sellers that house prices are going to go up, right?
Hmm.
And the buyers, they just got startled, they slowed down. But now things are changing, and as per Canadian Mortgage Trends data or report, they say housing demand may be reaching a bottom. When? I don't know. They say house prices plummeted by 40% from February. I don't know if this is correct or not because Canadian Mortgage Trend is not to sensationalize the news. They will only give the factful fact. They are not Total Star or CBC or this thing that they will say, oh my God, this is what is happening. They won't build false hope. This is where we are. Right?
So yeah, I mean, with the sales that have happened in Abbotsford in October, you're looking at 1,100,000 in October for a detached house, and in 2021 August, from April to August, it was 1.1. So you've got the prices that were present a year ago. Yes, borrowing costs are going to be a little bit more, and there might be some challenging times, but as you know, people are still going to require shelter, whether you're a tenant or whether you're a end user. Um, it still has to be there, right? I mean, the Bank of Canada can't be determined to make people homeless. That would be that would be uh, that would be crazy. I mean, uh, you need taxpayers in order to um, fill the coffers of the government, and if you're going to make people homeless, you're basically affecting your own budget. So at the end of the day, short-term pain, there's going to be some long-term gains. I think, you know, over the course of next year, we'll see a rebound because historically there's been significant changes. If you look at 2022 um, and compare that to 10 years ago, I mean, the property prices increased in a massive way, right? So at the end of the day, um, slow and steady will win the race. We've got to basically come together and make sure that our budgets are correct. We want to make sure that we're able to write down a list and cut out some of the additional things that we think are a necessity. So it's a big look at what needs are required and what your wants are, right? I want this. Well, you can't have that because you don't need it at the present time. So what you need is a stable mind and a stable home in order to carry out what it is that you need to carry out. Whether you're a service provider, if there's additional jobs that need to be done, then that's what the message that the Bank of Canada is saying is that's what you have to do. It's like your grandfather giving you chittar. So learn well.
Punjabi, okay, Chittar. Okay. So, Amrit, I will
Yeah.
just draw your attention to some change implemented on in the building code. It's something
Okay.
related to earthquakes, seismic in your neighborhood. What do you want to say about it?
Yeah. Well, generally it'll be across Canada. So you'll see that there's going to be significant additional charges for a developer to develop that piece of because at the end of the day, they have to abide by some required building code.
Well, they
This
are
will,
talking about real estate climate risk index. So, what that means is they want disclaimers to disclose that on this property, on this piece of land, in this neighborhood, has this much resilience to catastrophic things, right? Such as storm, tsunami, earthquakes, rain, snow, whatever. They want that data to be publicly available and they want it to be done by 2025. Every property that you purchase should have a real estate climate risk index to it. That will determine how much money you want to pay and how much loan a lender will give and how much investment investors or builders should do in those neighborhoods based on the risk factors. Those things will have another impact. I think CMSE gave them until 2050, but they said no, do it by 2025, something like that, if I vaguely remember. It's coming up. And this was by Insurance Bureau of Canada, IBC, because they pay claims. They're saying you should start disclosing these risks to builders, to home purchasers, to investors before they start purchasing it. And when that starts happening, and I can tell you, we will not get the same price as other properties which have maybe lower risk factors than those with higher risk factors. Just like cottages are now becoming very expensive, and if they're prone to flooding or erosion or earthquakes or tree falls, because some are in close proximity to big trees, gigantic trees, so though the risk factors will change. So what you're saying is on the similar pattern.
Exactly. I mean, it's an added piece of red tape, which will then impact the supply chain, and then it's passed on to the consumer,
More
right?
paper worked for me and you, just like FinTrack.
Yes,
So it's not
contract.
Paul Cheema the realtor, it's Paul Cheema the detective as well. Trying to find out, is
So
there any third party involved? And I'm trying to put a wire on buyers and hear their conversation. Is
right.
there third party?
Well, yeah, they're startled sometimes that even the receipt of funds is a necessity. Um, I mean, that's obviously the government's implementation to minimize any number of fraudulent activities. So we're obligated to do that. Um, I
Yeah,
think the intention is if the person is in the correct position, then they won't have any issue with it. If there are red flags, then you know you've got to have a STR. Um,
yeah. You have to
report.
give the risk factor. And we
Yeah,
will see that happening quite often now. I don't know if they will leave us some space where, we are not made to be detectives or hardliners. Because even right now, when we ask for photo IDs, people raise their eyebrows. Why do you need photo ID?
I need to
That's my
verify
photo ID.
who it is that
I
you
want to
want.
give it to you.
Yeah,
Yeah. So, Amrit, we have a segment we started broadcasting, which is called Social Talk. Right now, we're trying to rope in people to talk about what social issues they see around them. Today, I'm going to interview an amazing personality. His name is Bill Godfrey, 75-year-old retired person who has taken upon himself to make city of Brampton free from all the garbage by 2023. They have a group called People Against Littering, and I'm going to record the conversation tonight, and it will be broadcast maybe tomorrow or day after. If you ever want to participate in such a discussion, I would ask you to come forward and well, let me know what is close to your heart. What social issue you think should be talked about? We can have a recording anytime at your convenience. Anyone who is listening to this broadcast, I'm looking for some student representatives who would like to talk about the issues they are facing in Canada and why is there a disconnect between them and the mainstream Canadians. Because we see a lot of negativity being raised against international student community, and international student community shows its resilience by doing some very loud events which are not welcome by people, like having loud music played late hours, 10, 11 o'clock, you have a car, good for you, but blaring music at the maximum level at midnight, it doesn't make any sense. Like busting firecrackers middle of the night, while there are many people who feel discomforted. We have to find out a common ground to respect each other. I really look forward to someone come forward. You are a homeowner living in such area which is close to educational institution. You are most welcome to come and talk about your experience. What do you think? What can be done? So what should be done? how the enforcement should work. All those issues I want to speak about and understand your perspective. Stay with us. We will continue bringing some quality stuff with you. If you need any help buying, selling, investing real estate, here is our man, Mr. Amrit Sura. Amrit, the number, can you share it yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. My number is 778-999-1531. More than happy to help you on your journeys into British Columbia. Um, Certainly have had great conversations with people who are transitioning from colder parts of Canada into BC. Although it's winter here now as well, so um, make sure you have your winter coat. Looking forward to seeing you here, and thank you, Mr. Cheema, again for the opportunity and a great thing you're doing again with the social talk, bringing awareness into community. This helps serve other people as well. So you're always thinking about others on your day-to-day journey. So thank you for that.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sura. I see you are again relaxing in your chair. You have that comfy chair and you go back. We need you up like a
It's a
military man.
it's a big chair. Yeah,
We are a military man in service, helping communities become better. Thank you very
that's
much,
right.
everyone who was here, who will be here, who will be watching, who will not be watching, who will be commenting, who won't be commenting. But before I leave, I would like to send my condolences, heartfelt condolences to the families of those who lost some dear one today. May God um, grant peace to the departed soul, help you get over this biggest shock vacuum in your life. Thank you very much for watching PC24 RE TV. Stay tuned with us for more. We are looking for speakers who would like to throw lights on some social issues around them and which they want fixed. Not in a complaining manner, but in just a friendly talk. If you are a speaker, please come forward. You can call me at 647 333 2273, or you can send me an email at contact@paulcheema.com. KULCHEEMA.com. Thank you very much for being here. Once again, enjoy your day.